A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. The title itself brings with it mystery and wonder.
Oh yeah, and that's just the title. The show has gained the attention of the world. In fact, in 2014, it was named Best Musical.
Yeah, and lucky for us, it's coming to a stage near you. We'd like to introduce Jim Hartzell, the director of the show, being put on by the Possum Point Players in Georgetown, and Stephen Dow, who is the male lead. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having us.
So, imagine a lot of people have heard of the show, but for those who haven't, Jim, can you give us a little bit of a brief overview of the show?
Yes, Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder is essentially a story of a Monte Navarro who, by accident, discovers that he is the ninth in line to be the Earl of Highhurst.
Oh.
The problem is that he must get rid of the 8 people between he and the Earl to become the Earl. And essentially the story is he is more or less a beneficent murderer, so he kills all those people.
Oh my!
And it is very funny, and they die in many different ways. 2 fall through the ice. There's one poisoned, there's one shot, there's one axed by the lead because he couldn't get rid of her any other way. And one of the interesting parts is there's a gentleman who plays the 9 characters of the Dysquith family.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, it is an outstanding, and I have not only he, but the cast that I have is just unbelievable. And people will be definitely glad they went.
Yeah, okay. Stephen,
Yes.
you play the lead male role. What is this role? Tell me about it.
It's a lot. It's about a man who discovers that he's low-bred, essentially, or low-born in early 1900s England, and then discovers that he has this possibility. And he's not necessarily a murderer, but he discovers that he can end up becoming the Earl, and by accident kills one person, and then decides, you know what, this is the path that I will take. It's funny because he's not a hero. He is the lead, but he's not a hero. And this show is not at all supposed to be a moral compass. It's simply supposed to be a fun time. That's what it is.
Do you do it with a British accent?
I do.
Oh,
I do.
okay. Well, I see you got the jacket on and everything.
I do, yes.
So, you're not in full character yet. Let's hear it.
Yes, well, my name is Montague Dysquith Navarro, and I will be eventually the Earl of Highhurst.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
How do you prepare for a role like this? Does it take a lot of practice?
It does. Shout out to my mother, who goes over lines with me on a daily basis. It is a huge undertaking, but we also have a fantastic cast and crew, Jim as the director, Diane Troutman as our music director, Bliss Sushek as the choreographer. There's so many people that are putting in so much time to make us look good. It's pretty amazing. And the script itself is so engaging. There are so many layers of jokes that the audience, it'll take them 6 beats to actually get what the jokes are sometimes because it's layered.
Oh, that's funny.
Love it.
So I imagine with all those layers and all this going on, this role you have of directing it doesn't come without challenges.
This is by far the most difficult show I've ever directed, and I've directed 10 Broadway musicals. And we have projections, we have curtain that has to open and close an awful lot. We have a swing that comes down. We have the person who plays the 9 characters who has unbelievably quick changes. Anybody who wants to go on to YouTube and see how that's done, because at times they'll have a whole set of clothes and they shove them on the Dysquith guy and put a wig on them and send them out within 5 or 10 seconds. So keeping that all together, it's been very difficult, but I have an outstanding cast. And Bliss is a wonderful choreographer, and Diane Troutman had been a couple of times. And so it takes an awful lot of work. As a matter of fact, there's more people backstage than there are on stage to help get this through. And the costuming is amazing, and it's been very difficult to put all these things together and decide when you're going to do what. We put scenes together, we do separately choreography, then we do music, and then we do some blocking. And then after a couple weeks, we put together a couple of scenes, and then you go to acts, and then you go to the whole show. So they get continuity of what it's all about.
So when and where can we see this show?
Possum Point Players building is in Georgetown on 441 Old Laurel Highway, and it opens April the 22nd and closes May the 1st. Friday, Saturday evening shows at 7:30, and Sunday shows at 2 o'clock.
All right.
And tickets can be found at possumpointplayers.org.
Stephen and Jim, thank you so
Thank you,
much,
guys.
and
Thank
break
you
a
both.
leg.
Thank you.